Republicans from around the country are descending here in Florida. The state party is gathering in Kissimmee this weekend to rally their troops for 2024. Along with Governor DeSantis, they will be hosting former President Trump and others who are running for president. And Fox 13's Evan Axelbank reports on the convention that will be filled with intrigue.
After he led them to big victories in 2022, the Florida governor is used to getting the biggest applause at GOP events. But this weekend, he's sharing the stage with the former president, who is leading him in polls and now trying to steal his endorsements. Election night 2022 was the night Ron DeSantis thought he'd proven himself. After his historic trouncing of the Florida Democratic Party, he assumed national Republicans would see newly red Florida as their own path to power.
We faced attacks. We took the hits.
But even after batches of criminal charges over his finances, the January 6th insurrection, and mishandling classified documents, it is Donald Trump who sits in the GOP driver's seat. He's leading DeSantis 59-13 nationally and 49-17 in Iowa.
While DeSantis is losing to Biden in all cases, I wouldn't take a chance on that one.
And now Donald Trump's political operation is trying to convince Florida Republicans who have endorsed DeSantis to flip. State Rep Randy Fine, who was speaking at this weekend's event, did so after criticizing DeSantis for the way he has responded to growing anti-Semitism in Florida. Rick Scott has broken a long-standing practice of not endorsing in GOP battles.
Trump's got a commanding lead, and it's going to be awfully hard. I mean, if you stop and think about it, he's prior president. He's got a record for a better economy than Biden's. He's got a record for a secure border better than Biden's. He's got a record for not, get us into war. I think that's pretty hard to beat.
Democrats will point out that the U.S. is not at war, that the border is impacted by many factors like violence in Central America, and that the economy has added jobs and expanded under Biden. They ridiculed the GOP summit.
We've seen here in the state of Florida and across the country that the MAGA extremism has done everything in their power to take away people's rights.
Ron DeSantis has begged Donald Trump to debate one-on-one. Even though they're speaking at different times this weekend, it may well be the closest he gets.
People will act like 2020. They're like, Biden was such a disaster. But here's the thing. I don't think anybody voted for Biden, okay? They were voting against Trump.
This weekend's event will feature several presidential candidates, including Vivek Ramaswamy, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, and Chris Christie. Ron DeSantis will be speaking at 1:30 on Saturday afternoon, but former President Trump got the keynote speaking slot on Saturday evening. Evan Axelbank, Fox 13 News.